Hello everyone, hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. Today we're going to start off with our usual golden saucer stuff, and then continue on with Endwalker MSQ. I'm looking forward to do more MSQ because I had a lot of fun last week, despite my hand. Last week my hand was tingling a good bit for a good bit of the stream, but this week it feels a lot better. Then again, I did take an ibuprofen earlier today, so, like, I would expect it to be better, but even so, even before I took the ibuprofen, it was much better. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull up Kai's graphic and see what ridiculous outfit we're making today. Actually, most of the time when I do this, I've already looked at the graphic, so this week's is pretty interesting. This week, we get to do our best 2B cosplay. Now, thankfully, when we did the near raids, I actually got the 2B coffer, so I actually have all three of these pieces, and we can go and make a glamour plate for it. Let's go ahead and do that real quick, and then hopefully I'll still be able to make the gate, although it's already 3:02, so probably won't be able to make it. Either way, we get to go and dress up as we have an excuse to put on our 2B thigh highs. I think that's a pretty good reason. Okay, let's do the glamour dresser. Yeah, last week was the Riviera thing. Got that. Let's see, where's the top? There it is. And then the thigh highs. There they are. Didn't think I'd actually have to use these in a glamour. Actually, for like for a person that hasn't gotten to Shadowbringers, this is like an impossible. This is basically an impossible. Oh no, the legs are with poetics, so you could actually pick them up, but I don't know what level they are. They might be level 60. But the rest of them, the head, the top, and the legs are all required Shadowbringers. If the gate hasn't expired yet, then I'm going to run over and do that first. 4 minutes, oh yeah, we got time. We can do the mini Cactbot tickets first. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll run over and fail at Leap of Faith. I've explained my strategy before on this, but I try and do sort of a reverse arrow, a Y pattern like this, and then I can see that there's a 7 and a 9, which means there's a good chance that this will be a 7, 8, 9. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and sometimes you just can't do it. But you can see here that this diagonal is 7, 9, so we might be able to get 7, 8, 9, but not this time. The goal is to get 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9 for a maximum payout. Because 1, 2, 3 is 6, and 7, 8, 9 is 24. So we can't get 1, 2, 3, but we still have a chance at 7, 8, 9, and that's how you do it. Let's head over to the gate and fail at Leap of Faith. The newer one, I know it's been like a couple months since they added the new courses for Leap of Faith, but they just seem so much harder than the other ones. I've kind of gotten better at them because I've done them a couple times, but it's still a bit difficult. Okay, we got one of the easier ones. Just speed on through this. Come on, there we go. I always find the slight delay that you have to wait to pick up the trophies to be a bit jarring. Because I would expect you to just be able to touch it, and then you'd pick it up. But you have to stand like right on it. Right on it, and then you have to wait like half a second. Okay, yeah. I saw somebody jump back for it. Oops, that wasn't enough. Oh well. Didn't fall all the way. Oops. I kind of wanted to, last week I adjusted my noise gate a bit, but I don't think, I adjusted it just to try and get it a little bit better, but I feel like I might have accidentally lowered it a bit too much, because when I'm editing these streams, okay, don't talk and jump. When I'm editing these streams, I'm noticing that I cut off. John, what did you just say? About jumping and talking. Clearly, I'm not going to listen to myself today. So when I'm editing these streams, I'm noticing that the noise gate doesn't lift. I don't know if that's not the right term, but it doesn't let my voice through early enough, and so it ends up sort of cutting off the beginning of a lot of my sentences. So I tried lowering it a little bit, but the problem is my keyboard has the really loud blue switches, and so you can probably hear like every single click I do even when I'm not talking. I think it is activating the gate, or getting through the gate even when I'm not talking. When I'm talking, obviously you're going to be able to hear it. Okay, let's not mess this up this time. Okay, we got it that time. Let's get this. Good, didn't overshoot it. Okay, and I think it's just the gold one left. Yeah, just the gold one left. Which is over there. Now, if you're really not confident in your... Let me just finish this. Okay, I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. If you're not confident in your jumping abilities, you should finish the course first. Okay, didn't think that was actually gonna make it. You should finish the course first because the bonus that you get from the gold trophy is not as much as the bonus that you get for completing the course. Maybe I'll turn these fails into a short. So I tried to make a short from a certain MSQ moment that I thought was really funny, but I didn't understand how the vertical resolution stuff worked, and then when I tried to crop it, it just like didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I just ended up, oh come on. Okay, that one was just like, it didn't come out the way I wanted it. But this, you only really need to see my character. So a vertical resolution would work fine. It's like I have 5 minutes left, so I don't really need to rush. Then again, I do want to actually get to MSQ sometime soon. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, gotta jump later. Yeah. Okay, I think I got it. Don't get cocky. Just do a jump. Do another jump. And we're done. That was... And of course, I go and do that many falls right after I say this one was easier. John, please. Don't get cocky. Okay. Now, let's see. Next, we're gonna do Jumbo Cactpod. Let's see if they rigged it. Let's see if they rigged it for me this week. I mean, I won fair and square, obviously. Not last? That's last. What about this one? Nope, that's last too. Did you get this one right? What do I pay you for? You guys are getting paid? Okay, let's just randomize it. I finished editing all of the Gitari Beast Tribe quests today, and I just remembered that from the Great Serpent of Ronka sitting here. Okay, that's Jumbo Cactpot. It's still profit, it's just nice to get not last sometimes. Let's head over to the fashion report and get our free 60k. Let's remember to actually equip the outfit. Nice view. I mean, anywhere's a nice view with this. You can lose the face, though. Although that saw kind of doesn't really fit. There we go. Easy 80 points. I wonder if the boots would have counted, because the rest of the other boots look like they're thigh boots. Well, it's literally in the title. $60k, nice and easy. Let's fix my glamour before I switch back. Yeah, let's switch to this one. Okay, let's switch over to Dragoon. Get our Omoratine robes back on, and we'll head on over to Elpis. What's the easiest way to get there? I gotta go to the Crystarium, right? Yeah, let's just teleport to the Crystarium. Okay, and then I'll update the stream text, because we're done with the Golden Saucer. Let's see, quickest way, go over here. It's all rainy. I do like the that you actually take out an umbrella when it's raining if you set that up. It does get a little annoying because it cancels it doesn't let you use any abilities when you have it out. But I do think it's nice for a little bit of immersion. Okay, so let's go ahead and teleport over here. That's right. We were gonna go ahead and I think we were gonna go ahead and do this blue quest first for the Aether Current. Let me see. Let me double check that that's an Aether Current. Let's see. I believe that's an Aether Current quest. You and Aluris? Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and start off with that. I'm not going to read the dialogue for it, I'll just skim it. But these actually do usually, from what I remember, it's been a bit since we did one of these, they actually do lead into, at least in Garlemald, they led into quest lines that continued on, but they were only regular side quests. But let's go ahead and do this. So you and Aluris. At Hippopotamus's side is a familiar creature. My, what a familiar essence you have, like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept, how funny. You got a joker? Got a bit of a joker here. Oh, just my little joke. Brilliant, was it? I'm Hippopotamus. Mew mew. Yes, yes, we're getting to that. Brilliant, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Aluris. The Aluri are one of the newest creations, highly attuned to the abnormalities in their environment. At the first sight of danger, they sound the alarm, by which I mean mew loudly. Though we do our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus, I've taken the Aloris under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. This evening, we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Oops, I clicked twice, I think. Simply tell her that her task is begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue unruly subjects once you've found them. We can't have beasts running amok. Okay. Sounds good to me. Mew mew! Follow the Aloris and try not to fall behind. Oh, trust me, I won't be falling behind. Am I supposed to know what I've seen this creature before? Because it said familiar in the description, but I think that was just supposed to be an extension of the pun. So I don't recognize it from any dungeons. Or I could just be completely mistaken and are completely forgetting something obvious. It's very likely. The Aloris alerts you to two nearby creatures that are facing one another and looks at you expectantly. Oh, okay, fine, I'll go kill them. Oops, I gotta remember how to play this game. That's not the right button. It's been a bit since I had to do any. I had actually had to play this because, like, I did do some Heavensward tribal quests, but I did those as Black Mage. Okay. Oh, is that all? Is that really all we needed to do? Okay, sounds good to me. Okay, hippopotamus, we took care of it. She seems quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? I killed them all. As expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too, but that's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Alori are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? No thanks, I got my Aether Current. Alright then, let's head over to Hermes and the rest of the gang and check out what's gonna happen next. I suspect nothing good. Were you able to get some rest? Please, do not hesitate to let us know if you are feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Brilliant. It will help, I hope. The day will be difficult for him. Verdict and execution. Execution? Yeah, execution. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude. Perhaps, but it is time I attend to my task. As Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaones. 7 were created for observation. and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and, as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycanes would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. I thought Deus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycanes have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures, and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Alright then, let's head on back. Obviously, Hermes isn't too happy about this, because most of the Almoratines see the unmaking as just a simple, like, okay, it was undone, we can just make it again. But to Hermes, this is death. This is just like, it's not just unmaking something, it's like the end of something. Let's see, just at the end of the bridge here, right? Yep, there they are. Yep, Doros probably put in a lot of work to get them. Would have been cool if these were one of the bosses in Unidir. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above. The 12 Wonders. Above the 12 Wonders, that's a place. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Brilliant handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. Is this how it must be? Then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes! The Lycanes must be reverted. I will spare you their pain and mine. Yeah, 'cause she just feel all of it. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent on helping, then please, follow my lead. Oh, let's head on over there. Yeah, we don't really want Meteon there, because she's already being affected by Hermes' pain, and like just having her there while he has to unmake a creature would not be ideal. I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at the presence. Oh, there he is. But if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Well, I'm a Dragoon, I can just fly up there. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycon's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me the time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Okay. Hey, you big dumb bread thing. I'm right here. Yeah, I'd say I'm up to the task. There we go. Taking a bit more damage than I would be expecting, but doesn't really matter that much. Just recover a bit of HP with the bloodbath. Okay, there we go. So Hermes, you gonna do something? Not quite yet. Stand your ground a little longer. Hermes? I may be the Warrior of Light, but I'm still a normal human. For the most part.
Now.
It's an interesting stat. I forget what it's called. What it looks like, the twin snakes thing. Yeah. For doctors. I forget what it's called.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Kind of feel like he does,
to
though.
replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And
Yes,
when
he
the star
does.
has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry.
forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
Do you find
I
Meteon's voice to be a
expect
little annoying?
We have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
So, if he's supposed to be taking the seat of Fandaniel. Yeah, no, I'm not going to speculate about anything yet. It has been quite an exciting visit for you thus far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The Lycanese have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Oh, Emmett. Emmett, you'll understand. You'll understand. And decline this. You'll understand, Emmett. I don't know what answers he's searching for, or if it's within our power to give it, but I believe he would make a fine Fandaniel, and that if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. Travelers at the crossroads, Hythlodaeus wishes to discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the confiscation, merely postponed his decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Brillian? Will you continue along with us? I mean, we still gotta meet Vanaw, so... yeah, let's continue. Wonderful! Our fellowship travels are unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Agonoris. Sounds good to me. Let's see, where are we going? Okay, yeah, I should just run over there. I was wondering if I should teleport the Aetheryte or not, but I think I'll just run on over. I was gonna say something during that last cutscene, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Elpis still looks really, really beautiful. And honestly, it gives me some Labyrinthos vibes, which I think is intentional, and we'll find that out later. But for now, because we still gotta go back there. But for now, we're in Elpis, not Labyrinthos. It's kind of similar in function if you think about it. So this is the place that they put all of the concepts that they're testing out. And that they're not that they're housing, but in Labyrinthos, that's where they put their specimens and stuff, right? It was something like that. Okay, boys. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. From here, we follow the path northward to Notonus. There we will find the noose, which facilitates travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only used to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have to leave to use it freely. Shall we? Okay, let's see. Are we gonna come back over here? Because if we're not gonna come back over here, then I want to go ahead and do this quest first. Yeah, let's just go do it. Because I think the other quests... Yeah, the other quests aren't in near the... The other Aether Current quests aren't over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. And I believe we got all the ones on... All the Aether Currents around here. Northwest... Yeah, okay. So we already got all the ones in these first islands. And then there's 4 on the next island. Let's see, we got some armor. Let's see, this one's called the Touring Ignorus. I don't care if I'm pronouncing that wrong, it's gonna be Ignorus. Touring Ignorus. Ignorus. Sure. So Sophocles. Yes, Sophocles. Sophocles regards you with pointed interest. Welcome, friend, to Ignorus. I am Sophocles, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head of overseer of Elpis. And you are... Oh, how unusual. A soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purpose of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to Carmion, and she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. Okay, sounds good to me. I mean, we are just kind of here to look around. Okay, Carmion. You show me the place? Yes? Ahem. Yes. What can I do for you? Brilliant, is it? And Overseer Sophocles wishes me to act as your guide? Oh. Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at Academia Oneder. Surely there is other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it's not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour this very moment, if you like. Sure, let's go. Then let us begin. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Ignorus would provide more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues till your heart's content. Once you've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Sophocles. Carmion's not accompanying you. Yeah. Endwalker following mechanics. Okay, let's head over to this one first. Okay, Nikias. What have we got here? Carmion. Oh, And who is your friend? Asim's familiar? Why, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. No. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behaviors of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Dispensation, sure. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azim might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Brilliant. Yes, I think this is a good time to leave. Let's see, this one is Pyramanos. Who do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I am accompanying Beryllion here on tour around Agnoris, at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the large creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprised tusk through the abdomen, eh? True. Thank you for the warning. We'll proceed with due caution. Yes, we shall. Let's see, next one's over here. There he is. Blaster. Yes, I know there's no R. Just gonna call him Blaster. Carmion, was there something? The Overseer asked if I The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do it was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must prepare to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious, perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence over the local wildlife. Was that sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that's perfect, thank you. I think we have covered the main ideas of interest. All that is left now is to speak to Overseer Sockles. Alright, let's head back to Sockles. And then we'll be done with this Aether Current quest. Oops. One thing when I read a bunch of this dialogue is sometimes I don't take big enough breaths beforehand, and I start getting lightheaded. So I need to watch out for that. Oh, let me make sure not to auto-advance this. Need to burp, hold on. Don't want to burp in the middle of the dialogue. Ah, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Agnoris, but I thought it would be fitting to end this with a visit where it began, with you, Overseer Sockles. I see. What is your impression of the work we do here? It attracts some interesting people. It requires equal level of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least, I hope you did. You truly are a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cognitive faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. Well, I mean, I don't think she's too far off. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please, stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azem's, no less. Oh, that's another Aether Current. I think there's 3 more quest Aether Currents, which includes the MSQ one. But we'll go in, we haven't unlocked those yet, so let's head on over to the, I forget what Hythlodeus called it, but it's the thing that traveled between islands. Which again, follows on the parallels to Labyrinthos. Both places are where they store specimens after they've been recorded in their records. And both have multiple tiers. And both have a bunch of circles like this. I believe that's intentional, and I believe we're gonna be like explicitly told that later. But I'll wait to see. Ah, okay. Unless the need is pressing, I won't be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. 'Tis poor manners to spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on our corporeal world. Here we are, Notonius. This Neus. Neus or Neus? Neus sounds better. Will take us to Kilomilios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above. Wish my chair would go a little higher.
I present to you Kilomilios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
Runaway Spriggan.
An Arrayus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
The voice works so well.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Who dis? Oh. White robes.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Familiar woman.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
Emmett.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmett Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Excuse me, what? How does she just know this?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That sounds rather like the Blessing of Light. Does it protect you from enthrallment by primals, by any chance? Neither of these feel right. Does it protect you from enthrallment of primals by any chance? Sounds rather like the Blessing of Light. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's a Blessing of Light. I don't like either of those options.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Except that's exactly what Graha did, but you know.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Emmett, please.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
You mean even how I killed you?
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest.
Old
If it is
friend?
agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Well, this is interesting. It'd be so easy to mess up time travel, but I feel like this is handling it pretty good. Can't wait to tell Emmett about how we kill him in the future. And here I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, this nebulous talk of the future this and changing history that can wait. First, I must find out exactly who you are and what you'd hope to achieve. The future, our future, I'm deathly curious to hear more. No Hythlodaeus. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and a quick-fingered Aureus, which made off with it. Oh, okay. Saw it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before, being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There is a small bridge leading to Porin Okius. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Sounds good to me. Why is there... Oh, okay. So I'm a little bit tired, so I'm going to take a quick break. Let's go ahead and set myself up. Let's run to the edge over here. Gonna take a quick break. It's been a little under an hour. I can't walk off, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and just pose myself right here. Right then, it's time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. You know, I should really try and remember to click on the game again so that it doesn't have reduced FPS. It's not as apparent because there's not that much movement except for the waterfalls, but I should try and remember to do that. Anyway, let's get back to it. Need to head over here and catch that Spriggan, or whatever they call it. Gotta find that rock that Vanab was looking for. Okay, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's gonna be on top of here, on to the right, where I can't go. Yep, gonna probably have to go all the way around. Yep. Right? Oh, there it is. I think there might have been an entrance over there, I just missed it. Okay, is it gonna be up here, or did I walk around there for nothing? Looks like I walked around there for nothing. Oh well. There it is. Just barely missed it. Okay. Now let's head on back. Or, not back. Let's head up there. What was this place? What did Vanessa say this was called? Right, that. Which I wasn't gonna remember anyway. Thought I had a different name. Trying to blow my nose. I need a hotkey to mute my mic. I still haven't needed to set that up. Okay, gang. The problem with the present is vexing enough without adding the old Azem into question. And she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper, when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. Understandable. The Azims, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight, personally. Of course he would. And they have a habit of making Emmett Suck look as if he bit down on a sour grape. Yeah, that sounds about right. Our last searcher returns, and I'm afraid the Oris no longer had the crystal, nor was able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. Oh, well, I just may be certain. Maybe I have. The crystal. Well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Yes, I happen to be. I have. What's the meme? I don't remember what the meme is. Hold on. I downloaded it for a video, so let me just pull it up. Okay, no, it's I'm something of a blank myself. That's not the meme I was thinking. That's not the phrase I was thinking of. Anyway. I've often been asked to do so. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. Oh, you too. Some of us seem destined to always be searching, for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running, and should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested. My opinions sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is that one way that one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Why, yes, I would. The problem... Yeah, we read this. As I'm supposed to... Yeah, we read that. Okay, but now what's next? A past, not yet past. A past, not yet come to pass. Vana is in a cheerful mood. That seems like her default state. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I returned to the stolen property. If you would go ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Yeah, probably wouldn't be best if we were overheard when we start discussing this. Also, I've had these things... I've been eyeing these things this whole conversation. What the heck are these? I consider it essential to exchange ideas with my colleagues regarding my observations work. Without such external stimulation, one has a tendency to lose the forest for the trees, so to speak. I always feel so much better after taking a short respite to converse and debate with my associates. Okay. I thought you were going to talk about those green things. Alright, let's get up here and yeah, let's go ahead and do the Aetheryte first. Don't want to forget this. Alright then, let's head up here to Vana's place. Is it gonna be inside? Yeah, there we go. You needn't be nervous around Vana. Those white robes mark her as one of the fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elidibus, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Yes, this will be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. Thanks, Emmett. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please, make yourself at home while I put on some tea. This is gonna be good.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
So there's this thing happens, and then you become Hydaelyn, and Elidibus becomes Zodiark, and then it all leads to me culminating in killing Emmett. Calamity called the final days has befallen the world. The world has been sundered, broken into shards. Mankind is forced to flee the star. Let's do the first one.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
That is the beginning. Yep, telling him everything.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Yeah, why? Yeah, this isn't
Hardly
quite
any.
making sense.
But we do have one immutable fact.
Yep, I'm right here.
If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Yeah, you did.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman.
Emmett,
to
please.
sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett, please.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
I mean, it's understandable.
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
There was this emotion force or whatever it was called that I forgot the name of. Yeah, Dynamis. Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. I'm still trying to make sense. Yes, Dynamis is the key to all this.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, 'tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Oh, I'm sure hope we haven't. Well, Vanal, what are we gonna do now? Shall we begin our investigation then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Well, I'm glad you do, because I sure don't. Okay, now hold on. Let me look where the aether currents are for this area. Okay, so there was apparently one right at the entrance that I completely missed. So let's go get that. There's apparently one literally like right here. Let me run back over there. I wouldn't surprise me if it was literally in view and I just completely missed it. Yeah, northeast. That's not where I'm looking. Northeast is over here. Yeah, so the one that it wants to put me over is over there, but I'll look at this one first. Apparently there's one over here. right? Or did I get this one already? Northeast, okay. Yeah, it should be like right here, according to the map. Or did I get this one already? This is too far. South, okay, oh, there it is. Yeah, this definitely wasn't in view. Okay, let's see, where's the next one? Northwest, okay, let's head on over there. That should be like right over here, according to the map. Probably up on that platform. Let's see. Aether currents are enough work to make me feel like I actually did something, versus like just getting flying. But they aren't too annoying that I would be frustrated having to deal with it. Like a WoW flying grind. Okay, let's see, where is it? Up here? Yeah, south. Should be like right up here. There it is. That's where I thought it would be. Okay, where's the next one? North. Yeah, that one's a little too far. That's on the other platform. But there's two more on this area, right? Yeah. One is at the very south area, and then one is, I think, over where we're headed. Well, not quite. We'll just go talk to Vanan for now. There she is. See you the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. She is the one who made arrangements for me to for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go ahead and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Okay. Hello there. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Following scenes cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel a pending duty finder. Yeah, sure. Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is... You know, I knew I still had it on, but my brain didn't register that I needed to turn it off. Certainly, Mistress Vanan. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? Well, I can only answer from my own experiences, but... I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail, and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. What else? Was there anything else? How long has Meteion been here? Do you know of Meteion's abilities? I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Meteion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. Yeah, I think I should have done it the other way. So one day she was simply there, And what do you mean to make of her abilities? Yeah, that's kind of what I realized that was the right answer after I did it, but whatever. I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had the occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you wish you knew him better? Do you trust him? Let's see. Yeah, let's do trust him. Knew him better is a little weird. No, got it wrong. Oh well. I beg your pardon. I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Domitian? That would be Timalos. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts, and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations at the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and, unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come on, Brillian. Come, Brillian. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if I get the wrong answers, or do the wrong questions, but it'd be nice if I get them right on my first try. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismin mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you've finished speaking with this Timaeus. Okay, but I don't know how you expect me to find him. Maybe I should use my very convenient quest marker on the map. What map? Nothing. Is he gonna be over here? Well, I would assume so. Yep, there he is. Hello, Timaeus. Yes, I am Timaeus. But please, keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. Following cannot be skipped. Yeah. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Is it true you're an expert in flying creations? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Yeah, let's ask him about that first. A fellow enthusiast, are you? Well, settle in and we can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep abiding love of avian artistry can be traced back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of the glorious golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I vowed that one day to surpass that masterpiece. Flying creations are amazing. Mice launched into an unstoppable, yeah. And thus I am rumbling on and being very annoying. And did you have any other questions? An abridged recounting of events, as was doubtless to your disappointment. Is there any specific part you would like me to expound upon? No, please. You were hoping for your opinion on Chief Hermes' creations, and why didn't you say so? These beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What settles the chief's creations apart, or sets? What sets the Chief's creations apart? I just noticed the music. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others that traverse the boundless skies in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Why not mimic his process? Meteon too is a marvel, then. My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design of be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Entelekes? I could tell you more about Meteon's— Nope, let's not do that. Dynamis and Entelekes? Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been any resurgence in interest? No, not really. Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must be making more observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Did I do that right? And it doesn't looks like it doesn't matter. Alright then, let's head back to Vana. Wonder what she was able to find anything, because I didn't feel like we really learned much from this guy. Ah, good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So, have you found any new findings to share? I mean, the guy didn't seem to know very much. I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusion. Well, I didn't feel like we made much progress, but then again, I wouldn't say it was no progress. Let me see where we are in MSQ, like where we are in the quests. Oh, we still got a good bit more to go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do one more quest. Wait, how many did we do today? We've only done like 3 quests today. Yeah, let's definitely do one more quest. Witness to the spectacle. Vana is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelekes which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more like her. She has sisters. She and her sisters were created to journey the stars in search for intelligent life. Wait, does he know that something's gonna happen and now he's searching? Wait, what? I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? Yeah, that seems kind of important. So these siblings of hers now traveled the great expanse in search of a deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unsolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue. One we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to the PK. Now, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Okay, and then there's an aether current over there, so we'll go ahead and grab that on the way. Yep, directly to the west, and I'm turning the wrong direction. Probably going to be over in that area. I think that's actually where we need to go. Yes, southwest, okay. It's going to be like right here. Just my guess. Can I go up here? Nope. Gotta go around. Out there's Vada. Let's get the aether current first. It's gonna be right over here around where they put the flag. Right? There it is. And then the last one's on the north side, I believe. Yeah, the northeast. So it's like right around here. We'll check that out later, because we're gonna end up probably heading over in this direction. So that we can go to the next island. Yeah, that's an Eteleki. Oh no. That would be a bit weird. Okay, Vana. What are we doing here exactly? This tower and the one further along are part of the PK, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast array of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short, and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Okay. Sounds good to me. Hello, Mr. Archivist. Archivist, whatever. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak to me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteion? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteion appeared, only that she has now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Ah, Galeen is my partner and fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I want to hear. I would like to hear. Mistress Vana, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Surface? Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with retelling this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course. Or you can hear it from her lips directly, if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject at MT. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vana. Even those such purists must continuously and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as a Zem. And what would Elpis be without your early academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody the nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take the opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Sure. Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. I will take you up to the skyward and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful. Thank you. The other archivists said not we hadn't already heard, but this story of Galeen sounds promising. I've opened the path to the Skyway. Once you've passed through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance upon the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway, and you will find yourself at the entrance to the MT. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. Well, this does sound interesting. Oh, that's pretty easy. I didn't realize it would take us up here. Well, yeah, let's go talk to Galeen. Oh wait, not yet. He said we gotta go through the door. The tower ahead is still part of the PK. We will need to ask for passage through the upper tier. Mistress Vana, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Alright, let's keep going. Kind of a long walk. There we go. Is that Galeen? Nope. Or is it Galeen? That door leads Into the Thalassies. Thalassai. But perhaps we can trouble this person for assistance when finding Galeen. Mistress Vana, I was not told to expect... We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged in testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This is a lovely view. Will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
As beautiful as ever. Some parts, yes. Others, not so much. Sure, as beautiful as ever.
I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Story time with Vana. I'm not complaining.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue.
Yep.
To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
I guess.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh, come on.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Interesting. Which isle is this?
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Please.
Well, that was pretty interesting. And of course, it cuts off right when we're gonna say, we're gonna answer Vana. So, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his research, appropriate his discoveries, and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we shall consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be the divine. Why, or even if he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. Well, let's see, that was, what quest was that? Oh, what's the next quest? Worthy of his back. Worthy of his back. Okay, so we did like 4 quests today? I think so. So then 4 or 5 quests next week, and then we'll hit a dungeon. That sounds good. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up to here today. Made some pretty good progress. Let's step forward a little bit more. Gonna be next to Vana. Don't we all? That's gonna be all for today. Hope you had a good time. I know I'm really enjoying Elpis. I'm just been enjoying all of Endwalker, to be honest. I know I'm taking a long time to get through it, but my hand hurt a lot, and I couldn't play. And I'm not gonna... Like, I figured out now how to treat it, and how to reduce the... and how to, like, make it get better. But, like, the first month, I didn't really do any of that stuff, so it just, like, was a month of me just not being able to do much. But now it's, like, pretty much normal, even without... I took an ibuprofen a bit ago, which is probably helping a little bit, but even if I hadn't taken it, I still probably would have been fine. So next week, I'm still only planning on streaming on Sunday, but I am going to start thinking about doing Saturdays and Sundays again. But for now, next week, I'm still only going to do one day, and I'm hoping that's going to be Sunday. So, until next time, Sunday, 3 p.m., until next time, goodbye.